think he's a terrorist? Do you think he's a terrorist?
I think he's a one-man terrorist cell.
Do you think he's a terrorist?
I think he could be.
You think he could be? Why?
He's got the bloodlines.
What does that mean?
Just think about it. Look at the name.
So you do think he's a terrorist?
I didn't say that, but
I think he is.
You do? Why?
He's got the connection.
Because look at his name.
Okay. When did you first hear of Obama?
4 years ago.
Was that when he was developing ACORN, or was that...
What do you know about ACORN?
I know that it propagated low-income housing to people that couldn't afford it in the Chicago area.
Here comes the Obama bag.
When's the first time you heard of ACORN?
Today.
Name Sarah?
Sarah Palin.
Sarah Palin.
When's the first time you heard of...
When's the first time you heard of Obama?
I'm asking you guys, when's the first time you heard...
Maybe the first time you heard of Obama.
4 years ago.
Exactly, sir. Your point right there.
When's the first time you heard of Sarah? When's the first time you heard of Sarah Palin?
About a month and a half ago.
When's the first time you heard of Barack Obama?
About a year ago.
So you know Sarah Palin better than you know Barack Obama?
There's more interviews on Sarah Palin than
there
has been on Barack that I've seen most recently in the news.
Because that doesn't square with the facts. You heard of Barack Obama?
This year.
This year? You sure about that?
Yeah.
Because he's been running for president for 2 years.
Not familiar with him.
I never heard of
Sarah.
Before we ever heard of Obama.
When did you first hear of Obama?
Maybe 2 years ago, a flash on CNN.
You know Barack Obama?
No, but you can make judgments on Barack Obama.
She has about 10 times more experience than Obama ever will.
That's really nice.
You like that?
That's really nice.
I found out I was coming here. So
When's the first time you heard of Sarah Palin?
The first time? When they announced her as a VP.
When's the first time you heard of Barack Obama?
First time I heard of Barack Obama?
Yeah.
Never.
I can't trust Obama. I have read about him, and he's an Arab. He is not. No man. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues, and that's what this campaign is all about. So, and we want to fight, and I will fight. But we will be respectful. I admire Senator Obama and his accomplishments. I will respect him. And I want everyone to be respectful. And let's make sure we are, because that's the way politics should be conducted in America. I'm John McCain, and I approve this message. Americans are catching on.
Your new tax plan is going to tax me more.
It's not that I want to punish your success. I think when you spread the wealth around, it's good for everybody.
Everybody? Leading papers call Obama's taxes welfare, government handouts. Obama raises taxes on seniors, hard-working families, to give welfare to those who pay more.
The election, yeah, I mean, I think the fact that Sarah Palin, somebody who believes in the Bible literally, is in a position to become the second most powerful person in this country is amazingly frightening. And we've had 8 years of a faith-based administration, And look where that got us. And I don't think it's coincidence that we're in the mess we are in. When people who don't believe in rationality get to places of power, they make bad decisions. George Bush did it. There's any number of instances you can name.
Over the last 7 weeks, the approach to the Republican Party and Mr. McCain has become narrower and narrower. Mr. Obama, at the same time, has given us a more inclusive, broader reach into the needs and aspirations of our people. He's crossing lines, ethnic lines, racial lines, generational lines. He's thinking about all villages have values, all towns have values, not just small towns have values. And I've also been disappointed, frankly, by some of the approaches that Senator McCain has taken recently, or his campaign has, on issues that are not really central to the problems that the American people are worried about. This Bill Ayers situation that's been going on for weeks became something of a central point of the campaign. But Mr. McCain says that he's a washed-out terrorist. But then why do we keep talking about him? And why do we have these robocalls going on around the country trying to suggest that because of this very, very limited relationship that Senator Obama has had with Mr. Ayers, somehow Mr. Obama is tainted? What they're trying to connect him to is some kind of terrorist feelings. And I think that's inappropriate. Now, I understand what politics is all about. I know how you can go after one another, and that's good. But I think this goes too far. And I think it has made the McCain campaign look a little narrow. It's not what the American people are looking for. And I look at these kinds of approaches to the campaign, and they trouble me. And the party has moved even further to the right, and Governor Palin has indicated a further rightward shift. I would have difficulty with 2 more conservative appointments to the Supreme Court, but that's what we'd be looking at in a McCain administration. I'm also troubled by not what Senator McCain says, but what members of the party say. And it is permitted to be said such things as, well, you know that Mr. Obama is a Muslim. Well, the correct answer is he is not a Muslim. He's a Christian. He's always been a Christian. But the really right answer is, what if he is? Is there something wrong with being a Muslim in this country? The answer is no, that's not America. Is there something wrong with some 70-year-old Muslim American kid believing that he or she could be president? Yet I have heard senior members of my own party drop this suggestion. He's a Muslim and he might be associated with terrorists. This is not the way we should be doing it in America. I feel strongly about this particular point because of a picture I saw in a magazine. It was a photo essay about troops who were serving in Iraq and Afghanistan. And one picture at the tail end of this photo essay was of a mother in Arlington Cemetery. And she had her head on the headstone of her son's grave. And as the picture focused in, you could see the writing on the headstone. And it gave his awards, Purple Heart, Bronze Star, showed that he died in Iraq, gave his date of birth, his date of death. He was 20 years old. And then at the very top of the headstone, it didn't have a Christian cross. It didn't have a Star of David. It had a crescent and a star of the Islamic faith. Well, which is the president that we need now? Which is the individual that serves the needs of the nation for the next period of time? And I come to the conclusion that because of his ability to inspire, because of the inclusive nature of his campaign, because he is reaching out all across America, because of who he is and his rhetorical abilities, and we have to take that into account, as well as his substance. He has both style and substance. He has met the standard of being a successful president, being an exceptional president. I think he is a transformational figure. He is a new generation coming into the world, onto the world stage, onto the American stage, and for that reason, I'll be voting for Senator Barack Obama.
Hello, I'm calling for John McCain and the RNC because you need to know that Barack Obama has worked closely with domestic terrorist Bill Ayers, whose organization bombed the U.S. Capitol, the Pentagon, a judge's home, and killed Americans. And Democrats will enact an extreme leftist agenda if they take control of Washington. Barack Obama and his Democratic allies lack the judgment to lead our country. This call was paid for by McCain Palin 2008.